minutes after 5 o'clock right now. Portland commemorates a painful anniversary this year. 75 years ago, thousands of Japanese Americans were incarcerated at what's now the Expo Center in North Portland. The story of two sisters who were ripped from their family farm in Hillsboro is an important part of where we live. Aya Fuji and Takuma Zote were just teenagers in 1942 when their lives were turned upside down. They and 7 other family members rounded up and brought to what was then Portland's livestock arena. This would be their home for the next several weeks.
For our parents, it must have been pretty traumatic.
We've never moved from our home in Hillsboro, and so I felt it was quite an adventure, not realizing, our parents, my mother cried. She didn't want to move.
After Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941 at the start of World War II, the U.S. banned all people of Japanese descent from within 200 miles of the coast, citizens or not. The Portland Assembly Center at the Expo Center became the collection point for nearly 4,000 Japanese in this region.
So when we got here, we were just shocked to find saw all these people, and the living conditions were something, but we adjusted to it as much as we could.
I really felt this is what we have to do and endure it.
Most were sent to concentration camps in Idaho or California until the end of World War II in 1945. Aya and Taka's family were lucky. Since they were farmers, they went to eastern Oregon, ironically to fill the labor shortage created by men going off to the war, a painful history rarely acknowledged.
We never really spoke about it.
But they do now.
Well, I feel that this should never happen to any other race or religion.
Well, while many Japanese families lost their homes and businesses during the war, Aya and Taka's family was lucky. Their neighbor, ironically a German immigrant, kept the farm in Hillsboro going and returned it to them in 1945. A 4th generation of their family still runs it today.
Wow, what an interesting story and such an odd time in our history, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that impressed me interviewing Aya and Taka was just their resolve about the situation. No bitterness. They said this is what we had to do for our country. And in fact, 2 of their brothers were actually serving in the U.S. military during the time they were interned.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
All right.